Happy Sunday. Hope you're all doing well. Hey, this is crazy. Holy shit. I woke up real early this morning, knowing I needed to do this message, and was being given little tidbits along the way to kind of add up to a story here. But holy bananas, I have had everything you can think of that's trying to stop me from getting this message out. And just now I created a video and was about to post it, and it went away. Well, actually, just my iPad just stopped right at the end of it. And I was watching the clock. I know it was recording, and I was at like 20 minutes, which is a lot. Sorry. Then I woke up this morning feeling really sick, getting a sore throat, feeling like I weighed down, like I needed to go back to bed. And like, no, I'm going to get up. I'm going to start my day. Then when I was about to do the video, I spilled a whole glass of wine all over the ground that I had saved from last night. And it took me 20 minutes to clean that up and change my clothes. And now, just now doing this video, it went away. I literally was taken from my iPad. Holy shit, guys. Like, this kind of stuff happens to me when I'm being asked to do something that is really gonna help heal, hopefully, or give clarity to some hope, comfort, clarity, and confidence to somebody. Something negative entities and energies are really trying to stop this message from coming out. And excuse my hair, I am lucky I just got out of bed today. The way I've been feeling with these heavy energies these last few days, and then what happened this morning. It looks like I just had a romp in the hay. I did not, although that does sound freaking fantastic. So I'm going to start over, and I don't have my cards. I know I promised yesterday's video that I would pull some cards. I will be doing that tomorrow. My cards are all actually at my studio. I did have these cards here, and I made my own cards. When I say cards, I mean paper. So got a lot of downloads on this message. I was really led this week to watch the new streamed video or movie of Mulan, the non-animated version on Disney Plus. I'm anti-Disney right now with everything going on with the trafficking, but I'm pro this movie. Oh my gosh, if you can watch Mulan, if you don't want to buy it through Disney Plus, just wait. And it's coming out in December, I believe. But wow, I really felt this movie was really profound for me right now. And you know, I almost got distracted from that. That's something I wanted to do all week, is watch that movie. I didn't do it Friday night. Even last night when I was scrolling, I got distracted by other movies that were around. I'm like, no, I really just wanted to watch Mulan. I'm going to stick with what I said I was going to do and watch Mulan. I'll be disappointed if I don't. Little did I know why. There was a profound message that needs to come through from the movie Mulan. That she's always been my favorite Disney princess. Her and Merida from Brave. They're not the mainstream ones. Not Snow White, not Cinderella, not Sleeping Beauty, but like the ones. I don't know. I was just drawn to the one. I thought Cinderella was my favorite, right? But really, and I almost watched Cinderella last night. I'm like, no, I don't want to learn about abusive stepmothers and stepsisters. I don't need to be triggered, and I don't really need to, be hearing the message about my Prince Charming saving my world, right? I'm drawn to. I went back to Mulan, and the story of courage and bravery and honor in her spirit, and the story of Mulan. Obviously, it's Disney, but it's a legend. She's a legend as far as the Disney princesses go in my book, okay? So when I woke up feeling really sick today, that too, I believe, was part of this message, because it was, how often do we have things come up in our life that distract us, derail us, take us away from our focus? And it's okay to have delays and to rest, but don't stop, to keep moving forward. So that's where I'm going to put that. Okay, the way I do things, I just kind of write and then made cards and then lined them up with the cards. So as you can see, there's a lot here, and it's all numbered and needs to go with these cards. So bear with me if I'm not as organized as a lot of you teacher friends out there. This is how I roll. It's a little messy, a little trashy, classy. Okay, that's my style. All right, take it or leave it. Love me or leave me. Doesn't matter. You do you, I do me. Okay, so in the movie, Mulan is consistently bumping against messages and entities and social structures and her own self that are going against who she really is as a person, her chi, they call it in the movie, their essence, your soul, family pressure, social paradigms, her own immaturity, not knowing how to use her gifts properly and stuff like that. So I feel like right now we're really being asked to be thinking about who we really are. And if you're a type of person, and I know I've struggled with this too, that your niceness, your kindness, your compliance, you've worn as a badge of honor. You may be being asked right now to take a second look at that I know for me, it's become my handicap. My niceness, my kindness, my compliance, and it's led me down a path of self-sabotage. Got me into wrong relationships, got me on doing things that I wasn't really supposed to be doing, enabling other people around me to mistreat me, blah, 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 okay? Your nice, compliant kindness has become a handicap. Could be becoming a handicap. If this resonates, you'll know in your heart if this is right for you. It may trigger you. If any of this triggers you, ask yourself why. Is it because you really do need this message? Get clear on yourself. Be wise. Have discernment. Get clear on yourself, who you are. I think that was everything for card number 1. Discover your gifts and your desires, and then defend them. Knowing what you like to do, what you want to do, where you want to be in your life, what you want out of your life, your desires right now, getting clear on that. I mean, I've been talking a lot about aligning with your soul. It's not all about what other people think that you should be doing. Your family, your friends, social society, what you've been doing in the past, but where you're at right now, what you want your future, this next season of your life to be. 2020 is a really profound time of change. Where are you headed? What are you working on? What goals are you working on? You know, it can be small. It can be you really want to find a job that fulfills you. Well, don't take the jobs then that you know deep down are going to just lead you further down a path of self-sabotage of not getting what you want. You're looking for a true love, love that's going to stand the test of time. Then don't get into relationships with people that you know are playing games and that are not in the same place with you, that just want casual, okay? Not putting yourself in situations where you're going to be going away from that. If you're trying to get healthy and eat right, you may not want to buy the pack of cupcakes that's on clearance at the store because you'll be tempted to eat them. If you know you're trying to save money and you know, get financial freedom, but you know you end up in trouble online shopping, or you go to stores that you overspend and it makes you feel bad, okay? Maybe try to find, like for me, I get stores that have like the one-stop shop, you know, they're the grocery plus the clothes and everything for your house. I get in trouble with those stores because then I think, oh, we need this, we need that. I prefer shopping at like Aldi's because Aldi's has a really limited supply of things, and you can't go too far off the beaten path. And I need that boundary because that's something I'm working on. Knowing what you're wanting right now, and like the story Mulan, her whole thing was her devotion to her family, and she was told what devotion meant all along, and she's really always bumped up against that, like until she knew devotion to her meant something different than what her society said. Protect yourself. Protect your heart, your energy, your body, your mind. For me right now, my biggest thing is my mind. Thoughts that kind of run astray that bring me back down, but it's also energy. Other people's energy that I'm picking up on brings me down, weighs me down, and I need to send that energy back. In fact, I'm listening to energy protective music right now on YouTube. I can send you the link for it. It's really beautiful, 999HZ. And sound has healing power. Certain frequencies can heal. This one is so beautiful. But right now I'm being asked to protect my energy because I'm doing a lot of sacred work now. And it's all about energy, positive energy, negative energy. And it hits me really hard, and it has slowed me down in the past. I felt at times under like spiritual attack, energetic attack. And I do believe that people can send negative energy your way, and and it can derail your path or distract you. Sometimes it's people in your life that are unknowingly doing it. They don't know that they're, maybe deep down they're jealous of you because they don't want you to grow or change, or people are afraid of your power and they don't they're feeling in their own self powerless or not being able to be in their power, or people that just don't know how to love themselves properly, so they don't know how to love you properly. There's freedom in love, and some people don't really know how to love the right way. So I believe sometimes it's unknowingly happening, or somebody, if you're like a healer, a kind, loving person, sometimes people do come around and they kind of take from you your energy because it heals them, and they may not know they're doing it, but it sucks energy from you. It needs to be an equal give and take, right? And there's people sometimes in your life that have certain seasons of just needing more support. I'm not saying that, but knowing what's happening and having discernment and protecting yourself is really important right now, because some people are knowingly doing it. Some people aren't knowingly do it. I even had a spiritual mentor tell me I couldn't help people until I was fully healed. Now that hit me, that leveled me, because it was somebody I had looked up to. And I had to really protect myself and ask myself, is that true? Is that honorable? Is that what God is telling me? And I came up with, no, it's not. I don't need to be fully healed in order to help someone else on my journey. Even in the movie Mulan, she's always trying to break free and bring her true self to the table. Even when she wasn't fully healed and didn't hone in those gifts, she met people along the way that learned from her and that grew and she challenged, and they challenged her. And then she'll level up and she'll meet a new group of people, that need her at that time. Everything happens for a reason. It's all perfectly orchestrated. I do not believe that I can't help somebody. Not to mention, that's not what was really happening in my real life. Every day I'm having people come towards me that need something from me, that what I can only give them at that moment. So limiting beliefs. Now that person might have had their own limiting belief about needing to be fully healed. Or maybe that they were taught that they had to do all these things in order to help someone else, and that was coming across me. I don't know. You don't need to know somebody's motives. You just need to know where it's coming from, and really check a truth against what you know to be true, or what your family's telling you. Is that true? Is that right? Is that just? What society's telling you, okay? Be wise, protect yourself. If you don't unleash your chi, it can lead to a downward spiral of self-sabotage. Really beautiful quote by Friedrich Nietzsche. Those that were seen dancing were thought to be insane by those who could not hear their music. I'm going to say that again. Those that were seen dancing were thought to be insane by those who could not hear their music. You're vibing on a different frequency, guys. Your own frequency. You're here to stand out and be different, just like these butterflies trying to pop out of this metal. I don't think I've ever even lit the candle in here. I was looking around to see if something I could add some ambiance to this, and I thought of this because it's really this tin with all these beautiful things in it, but they want to pop out. They want to be free. Oh, and I need to cut this off. They want to expand and grow and break free from the mold. Whatever that mold is to you. Who's putting you, is something putting you in a box, in a container? It could be your own thoughts. Protecting yourself right now, your heart, your energy, your body, your mind, everything. Who you connect with on a day-to-day basis affects you. Who you have intimate relationships with affects you at a soul level. You're sharing energy. Every interaction that you have, you share energy. Be careful of who you're sharing your energy with, and be careful of what your mind is telling you, because negative energies will try to enter along your path. We are in a spiritual battle right now in 2020, whether you like it or not. Energetic battle, positive, negative, light, dark, love, hate, fear, hope. We're really being asked right now to choose a side. I really feel like that. And if negative energies are going to try to stop you from being in your power, knowing your chi, knowing your worth, let's just be real, okay? And sometimes you may not be tempted by people. You may not be tempted by the things, material things, but you could be being affected in your mind. Your mind could be the thing that's derailing you. And energy can go anywhere. You don't think you can get negative thoughts from outside influences? Think again. Okay, so you really got to think of everything that you think even. Is that right? Is that true? And if it's not, transmute it into something that is aligned in love and peace and joy and freedom. Okay, you have the ability to change your thoughts. Okay, so be consistent and unwavering. Often our path is exactly the one that we don't feel prepared to walk. walk it anyways. Often what is rising feels far bigger than we could possibly hold, but be a container for it anyways. There is courage and fear. That's another thing that they say a lot in the movie. There's courage and fear. It's normal to feel fear when you're being led on a path. That's the courageous path. You may not feel able to hold what you're being asked to do. Be a container for it anyways. You will be given what you need at the moment. And all throughout that movie too, there's a phoenix, which I'm like obsessed about the phoenix. I think I need to get a tattoo. That was my confirmation. I posted about that the other day. A phoenix in there, always following her and giving her signs and guidance along the way and helping her know the right path and leading her down the right path. That's your inner voice. That's divine. That's your inner knowing, your soul leading you right down. You will get the guidance and support you need. Trust that. You will. Do the right thing though. Do the right thing. Do what's right. So you can get that. Guidance and support and align with yourself. We're all being asked to do that in one way or the other. Nature is constant. It's never too late. Nature is constantly showing us how to live with courage. Fall comes every year and encourages the trees to loosen their grip, to allow what was once so full of life to fall away, leaf by leaf. For a moment, it feels like nothing will grow again. The branches are left bare without the comfort of what once was. But in the morn of spring, new shoots begin to appear and something new is born that is even more glorious than before. Expand your horizons. Wow. Okay, I did not write that. That's from one of the little books that I have for the cards. Let's just sit with that for a minute. There's a moment in the movie too where it feels like nothing will grow again. She ends up speaking truth and it fails, or so what she thinks fails. She ends up getting kicked out of she gets exposed and gets kicked out of the army. She's all along trying to protect her father from being killed because their society said only men can fight, and every family had to, in order to be duteous to the emperor, they had to fight, and her father was about to sacrifice himself, and their family knows that, and she goes in his place, which is what the story of Mulan is. Her warrior spirit, her courageous, brave self knows she is more capable than her father to do this, but she lies about her identity and pretends to be a boy in it. And they warn them that if you get caught lying or being dishonest, or you're going to get exposed and possibly could face death. And there's a moment where she does get kicked out and she doesn't think anything's going to grow again. But then she has a moment with the dark entity. There's an dark evil energy around the other army, and it ends up form of like a witch, and the witch can kind of transform into, the witch is was also very powerful, and had she just like Mulan, but used it for manipulation. Only way she felt like she could use her gift was by manipulating others and using it for the dark side. And she has a moment with this being where the being exposes her that her own lying about who she really is actually sabotaging her, and it's putting her in danger actually, and then she ends up getting killed. But Mulan rises again. Mulan decides to come forward, her own true self, or her own essence in the movie, and her illusion, the illusion of her, the shell of who she was pretending to be, dies, and she emerges as her own self, and that is the game changer. When that moment happens where she decides to rise in her power, no matter what anyone else says, as her own true self, is the game changer. It's never too late, and she's asked to take her place. Oh, that is a really profound moment in the movie. And she has to think and do. It's time to give permission and space for what is beckoning within you to be born. Think and do. Okay, so you probably know Tony Robbins. He's a really famous motivational speaker. A little ad came across my YouTube today, and his voice drives me nuts. Every time I hear his voice, I want to click off, but I decided to listen today because it was about theme for, he was talking about the theme for 2020 is not just about thinking about what to do, but making decisions and acting on it. And I decided to keep it, even though he drives me nuts. I decided not to discount what he's saying just because his voice drives me nuts. And I don't know why. That's a trigger. I don't know why. But anyways, I think because I have a friend that has a voice just like that, and he violated me, and I don't know if that's a trigger still. But anyways, I decided, no, I don't care. I'm going to listen to what Tony has to say. That's actually really good. I'm putting that in there. Theme for 2020, not just thinking about what's to do, but making decisions and acting on it. Okay. So what is it that you're being asked to do? Mulan decides to take action and do something, and she realizes she's the only one that can save the Emperor. And she decides to do that, being her own true self, and she goes back again to the army to present her findings and her news and her insights, and there's a plan, an attack against the Emperor, which could actually destroy the whole nation. So she decides, she says, actually, she goes there and she says, you can kill me if you want, but this is what's going to happen, and a small team of people needs to go in and save the Emperor. He's in danger. And it's so beautiful because when she decides to stand in her power, that's when the game changes, and not just for herself, but everyone around her. She had been consistent in her strength and her courage and her bravery in the past, and so other people and her army friends knew of her bravery and her strength. She was like the best warrior among them. It was so beautiful, and they end up standing up for her because they know she was consistent and she was different and unique and powerful in her own right, and they defend her and they say, we trust her, we believe her, we think we should listen to what she was saying. We listened to her before just because she was in a different, outside who she is as a person is still the same, and we trust her. And then that causes the leader of the army to trust her. And then I won't give it away, spoiler alert, but when end of it is she was able to celebrate freedom at the end, freedom within her own self. Because she connected with her chi, her essence, her soul, and stood in her power, she healed the emotional damage that was within her family, everything that they were always trying to protect her from being ostracized from the community. They were afraid she was going to get labeled, and they were trying to keep her small to protect her. And she was able to heal those wounds in their family as well, and cultural discrepancies too. Of what society said what woman needed to be, what society said love was supposed to be like, what society said honor was supposed to be like, blah, 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 everything that they thought and were taught to believe. She breaks through all of that and heals herself, her family, her village, her culture, and saved a nation. When she lived in her true purpose, she fully came into her own and gained the freedom, and she also gained the sense of oneness with others, and the sense of solidarity with others, and the oneness with divine. She all along kind of felt like she didn't fit in, and she was kind of made fun of all of her life, like for being too wild, for not being able to hold her gifts, for not being able to be controlled, for not being compliant. And she's wrestling with that all along, and her family feeling like she's dishonoring her family by being who she is. All her life she was taught that. And when she finally decides, F it, I still need to do what's right, and I'm the only one that can do this. I may be killed for this, I may lose everyone around me, but I'm doing it, is when she breaks free and is able to celebrate freedom. And then it's really amazing because she's honored at the end for all of the very thing that she was taught to keep small is the very thing she's honored for in the end. And they ask her to join the army, and she says no. Her main thing wasn't I want to be the best warrior. Her main thing wasn't I want to be the best, I want to save the Emperor. Her thing was actually devotion to her family. The whole motivation that she had was devoted to her family, to protect her father from dying in the army. He would have died because of his disabilities. He would have died. So her whole thing wasn't all those other things. It was actually her devotion to her family was her thing. So when they asked her to go into the army, even though that was the highest honor that she could have gotten, she says no, because her main thing was the devotion to her family. So she says, no, I need to go back and make things right with my family. I dishonored my family. I created a wedge between my family. They don't trust me. I've been missing. They've been worrying. I need to go back and make it right with them first. And she does that. And she needs to make it right with herself and the people on her path. and the devotion that she has to them. And then they still offer her the job. And it's not clear whether she took it or not. That's not the important thing, because that was not her inner calling, her divine purpose. It could have been, but it could have been a result of that honor. But because you will get, you know, new opportunities when you do that. But it was knowing she needed to make things right with her family and speak her truth to her family, and they were able to come together and heal. And her father recognized his insecurities got in the way and kept her small as well. And there's healing, beautiful healing in the family, and she ends up finding true love. She gets peace, happiness, security, everything that you get when you know your worth and you align with yourself and who you really are. Beautiful movie. If you can watch it, I will probably watch it again. I'm really emotional about the movie. I just, the message in it, it really resonates with me where I'm at in my life right now. And just the key to unlocking the door to your happiness and your abundance and your freedom and your peace and security lies within you, and what is it you are supposed to be doing, not anyone else. And it's good to listen to what other people are saying, of course, and take advice, and to know the social structures that you're in. Of course, you don't want to be naive, but to recognize when, or when recognize when you're being held back and things are trying to stop you. You can rest, but say, hell no, you're not going to stop me, and get back up and keep going. Okay, happy Sunday. I hope that was helpful. Sorry it went so long. These are getting so long. Like, gosh, I'm just getting so much being shown, so much to say when I'm getting these now. I'm just hoping I'm being used for good and knowing what your intentions are. You know, keep your intentions pure and out of love, and do the right thing. And you know what? If you've broken some bridges along the way and trying to find out who you are and wrestling with that and trying to merge out and break free, you're going to make mistakes along the way. You're going to hurt people along the way. And you can make things right by being honest. The whole thing in that movie was loyal, brave, and true. Those were the mottos that they had to recite every day. And every time she came on the true part, she felt triggered, and she felt like she wasn't in line with that, because she wasn't being honest with who she was, and she wasn't being honest with her family. And she was able to say all those things at the end: loyal, brave, and true, because she made things right with herself, with her family, and did what she knew she was being called to do. I mean, I like the loyal, brave, true, and kind also, because she did everything in kindness and love, with good intent. And she effed up along the way. Sure, we all do. We're going to continue to do that as we wrestle through and figure it all out. But gosh, that's what we can get at the end.